Number 10. The Swansea Devil. One of the creepiest objects of all time is a horrifying wood carving of a mischievous devil that has wreaked havoc for over 100 years. He dates back to the 1890s, when an architect crafted him after being denied a job at the local St. Mary's Church. This carving is now known as the Swansea Devil. The architect built a series of red brick offices near the church and put the wooden devil statue on top of the building to overlook the religious office. The architect then cursed the church, claiming that his devil would laugh as their building burnt to the ground. Well, oddly enough, that's exactly what happened. The St. Mary's Church was destroyed during World War II, and yet the devil remained completely undamaged, sitting in the exact same spot. The Swansea Devil stayed there for decade after decade, until 1962, when he suddenly and mysteriously vanished. The church was rebuilt 20 years later, and the devil was found rotting inside of a nearby garage. He once again took up his old perch overlooking the church, but it never did burn down again. He watched the church all the way until 2019, when he was eventually put into the Swansea Museum. Locals say his removal was more for the protection of the church than for the preservation of the devil. Number 9. Devil Coins. Speaking of the church and the devil, workers who were renovating Bath Abbey in the United Kingdom made a startling discovery. According to Fox News, a pair of strange, mysterious coins depicting the devil himself were found beneath one of the seats inside of the church. There's Latin writing on one of the coins that translates to English as the City of Devils. And there's a date on it that says 1973. According to archaeological experts, the coin refers to a strange incident that happened on the Danish island of Anholt in the same year the coin was marked. The incident involved 13 ritual sites being found by local residents, with artifacts including weird masks, inexplicable stone formations, black candles, a fake shrunken head on a stake, and even a bunch of bones wrapped up in string. The incident sparked concern that a cult of devil worshippers was possibly holding black mass on the island. To this day, it's unclear how the coins commemorating this strange black mass made it to Bath Abbey, but you can bet it wasn't just a coincidence. Number 8. The Basano Vase. The Bozano Vaz was given to a bride on the evening before her wedding in the 15th century. This was no ordinary vase. The woman was actually murdered the same night while holding the vase in her hands. She never made it to the altar to get married. After her death, the vase was passed down from one member of the family to the next, and each member of the family that took possession of the vase died. As you can imagine, the family eventually caught on to what was happening and locked the vase away in storage. But it's been reported that the vase resurfaced in 1988, with a note written on it that warned whoever owned the vase would die. The man who apparently bought it from an auction in 1988 died just 3 months after finding it. There is absolutely no information on where the vase is now, or if any of these stories really happened the way the legend says. But apparently, this is a very real object that's somehow managed to murder everyone who tried to own it. It was apparently last seen when warehouse agents disposed of it in an unknown location. Do you believe in cursed objects? Let me know in the comments below. And if you're new to the channel, welcome. Give this video a like and hit that subscribe button for more videos like these. Number 7. Annabelle. Anyone else afraid of dolls? The Annabelle doll is without a doubt one of the creepiest objects that has ever existed on Earth. Unlike the doll from the famous horror movie, the true inspiration for Annabelle is a Raggedy Ann doll with button eyes, cute yarn hair, and a fairly innocent demeanor. This doll is cuddly and completely harmless, but looks can be deceiving. The actual doll is locked inside of a glass case at the Warren's Occult Museum in Connecticut. The doll is apparently so evil that it can never be released from the glass prison it's currently sitting in. So much for innocent and cuddly. But you're probably wondering how this doll came to exist. According to USA Today, the original Annabelle began to terrorize the world in 1970 after being discovered in a hobby shop. A mother purchased the doll as a gift for her daughter, and that was when everything went crazy. The doll started to levitate and then tried to kill everyone in the family, even trying to strangle a family friend. The Warrens were called in to investigate, just like in the movie, and it turned out that the doll had a dark and demonic spirit possessing it. Ed Warren was forced to take the doll and lock it in his museum for safekeeping. And there, this disturbing object has remained, even after Ed's death in 2006. The doll is actually so dangerous, even while still in its cage, that the keepers of the Warren Museum have a priest come in every day to bless it. Number 6. The Pebbles of Koh Hin. Koh Hin is a small, isolated island in Thailand, decorated with precious, cursed stones. Yes, I said cursed stones. It's completely uninhabited, and there's really no reason to visit, but there are some people that still do. So far as the legend goes, the Thai god of Taru Tao cursed the entire island, saying that anyone who would visit and take a pebble from the land would be cursed for the rest of their lives. What's wild about this story is that the National Park Office of Thailand actually receives dozens of stones every year in the mail from people who didn't believe in the curse and who thought taking the pebble off the island would just be a funny thing to do. But then they realized that it was actually not funny at all, and their lives were becoming dramatically worse when they got home. Thai people actually visit this island just to pray to the pebbles. They make small structures out of them and then wish upon the stones. This is all fine and dandy, so long as nobody accidentally takes a pebble home with them in their pocket or shoe, as they will surely have horrible luck. This is one case where finding a beach rock in your luggage could mean certain doom. Number 5. Dead alien. There's nothing quite as creepy as finding a dead alien body in the snow. In a recent video uploaded online, 2 Russian men were out walking one day and discovered something bizarre half buried in the ice. It looked like a dead alien, and it was found in a popular UFO hot zone near the Siberian city of Irkutsk. The limp extraterrestrial was allegedly found near a tree stump, just waiting for somebody to come around and locate it. It was about 3 feet or 0.9 meters tall, with a large football-shaped head and skinny limbs, as well as gray skin and large black eyes. The thing in the video actually looks like what you would imagine an alien to look like. A lot like E.T., actually. The men, of course, took photos and posted them online for the whole world to see. However, this might not actually be an alien, as there's no solid proof that whatever they found isn't from our planet. This could just be an inanimate object that looks a lot like an alien, and the men who found it just decided to make up the crazy story as a prank. Some people claim that it's really just a rubber doll, and that the video was a total hoax. If so, the clever engineers of the video get an A for effort. Even if it wasn't a real alien, it was still a pretty creepy thing to stumble upon. What if one of these days the Russian pranksters actually do find an alien buried in the snow, but no one believes them? Number 4. The haunted wedding dress. An unidentified woman from the United States was forced to sell her wedding dress after it possessed her home. This is one of the creepiest objects ever discovered, especially considering the vintage wedding dress, which the woman claimed to have found in an abandoned gold rush town while on a remote hike, caused a chain of unbelievably bizarre events to occur. There were moving items in the house, unexplained rancid odors, swarms of bugs that couldn't be explained, and a general feeling of unease that eventually resulted in the woman getting rid of the dress that she had found. First of all, finding a wedding dress in an abandoned town is already creepy. Second of all, taking it home with you doesn't sound like the best idea to me, right? Would you take it home? Let me know in the comments. But what's also kind of funny about this is that the woman actually tried to make a profit off the dress that she had found in the abandoned town for free. She put the old and seemingly cursed dress up for sale on Facebook for $600, advertising it as a very real haunted wedding gown that could possess a person's home. I guess there's a market for everything. It's unclear whether she eventually sold the dress or not, but the right thing to do would have been to burn the possessed item and then dump it in the river. Number 3. The Cypress Sex Curse Tablet. In 2008, archaeologists found one of the most disturbing lead tablets ever discovered. The strange tablet was found on the southern coast of Cyprus, and it apparently came out of the old city of Amethyst back in the 7th century AD. This was a time when Christianity was well established in the area, but what makes this such a disturbing object is that it was inscribed on the tablet in Greek with a very specific curse. The curse was clearly aimed at a man, as it had something along the lines of, "May your private parts hurt when you make love." The tablet also had a carving on it, depicting a man holding something in his right hand that resembles an hourglass. The head of the Athens Archaeological School, Pierre Aubert, said that the curse was probably created by some kind of shaman or witchcraft practitioner who had survived on the island from the pre-Christian era and was angered by the new religion. However, it's not clear who the curse was meant for or if it ever worked. Number 2. The Dybbuk Box. The Dybbuk Box was a curious object most recently owned by a guy named Kevin Mannis. It was a wine cabinet that Kevin had acquired through his furniture refinishing business in Portland, Oregon. According to Kevin's first-hand account, he got the box at a state auction in 2001, and before that, it had belonged to a Polish Holocaust survivor. When Kevin opened the box, he found 2 pennies from the 1920s, a piece of blonde hair wrapped up in a cord, another piece of brown hair wrapped up in a cord, and a small statue engraved with the Hebrew word shalom. After that, the trouble started. This Dybbuk box apparently caused Kevin to experience horrific nightmares. It allegedly gave his mother a stroke, and every owner since has experienced heaps of misery, while also experiencing nightmares of an old hag and smelling cat urine throughout their house. In modern times, the Dybbuk box is living inside the Haunted Museum in Las Vegas. It was recently investigated by the writer for the Skeptical Inquirer named Kenny Biddle, who claims that the box is actually a minibar from New York. Kenny claims that the stories of hauntings that go with the box were made up by Kevin Mannis as a publicity stunt. Either way, I certainly wouldn't be taking this box home with me. Number 1. Alien Money. We've already checked out a pair of satanic coins found in the United Kingdom, and now it's time to look at some coins that were recently discovered dating back to ancient Egypt that could be proof that an alien civilization has visited the Earth in the past. One of the coins was found during a home renovation, and it depicts a spaceship hovering on one side and what appears to be an alien emperor on the other side. The alien emperor has surprisingly dignified features, with shallow black eyes and a bald skull. As you can imagine, extraterrestrial enthusiasts are adamant that this is proof that aliens indeed visited the Egyptians in the past. One of them must have accidentally left behind his coin purse. Of course, these coins could be fakes. We honestly have no way of knowing. As reported by The Sun, no experts have volunteered to verify the coins, so as of right now, all we have is hope and speculation. Thanks for watching. What's the creepiest object you've ever found? Do you believe objects can be cursed? Let me know about it in the comments, and be sure to click that subscribe button for more videos like these. See you next time.